All right, so get this, you ready for this? We are diving deep into digital marketing today.
Oh, yeah.
A company called interNetDean.
Okay.
And we've got like all this stuff, website snippets, client testimonials,
Uh-huh.
even FAQs. It's like we're like peeking behind their digital curtain.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I love a good behind the scenes look.
It's amazing, isn't it, how much you can actually learn about a company just from, like, their marketing materials.
Right.
It's like a digital fingerprint, you know what I mean?
It is.
Reveals who they're targeting, how they position themselves
Well,
in the market.
So to help us like decipher all these clues,
Yeah.
we've got our expert here ready to play digital detective with me.
Let's crack this case.
Okay, so first clue, their tagline,
Uh-huh.
transforming visions into digital reality.
Ooh.
Bold, right?
Mhm.
It's not just like building websites or whatever. It's
Right.
like capturing something bigger,
Definitely.
a vision. What
Yeah.
do you think they're tapping into there?
Well, I think, a lot of people have these visions, right? Right.
But they don't necessarily have the skills to like bring it to reality.
Especially in the digital world.
Exactly in the
Yeah,
digital world.
yeah.
So I think that tagline is really positioning interNetDean as that bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That creative spark.
It's like, don't worry about the how, just bring us the dream
Exactly.
and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of how, they offer a pretty wide range of services. They do web design,
Uh-huh.
SEO, which is like, making sure your site shows up high on Google,
Right. Top of the search results.
IT services, and even social media marketing.
Wow.
That's like a full digital package deal.
They recognize, I think, that in today's world,
Right.
you need to like approach it from all sides.
Yes.
A website alone isn't enough.
Not at all.
You need visibility. You got to be secure. You need to engage your audience
Yeah.
on different platforms.
Multiple platforms.
Yeah.
So they're aiming to be that one-stop shop for everything digital.
Makes sense.
Now, here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have this section called No More Worrying About.
Okay.
And then it's this huge list,
Oh.
UI UX, which is all about making websites user-friendly,
Yeah.
research marketing, web design,
No.
even animation.
Huh.
It's not just like practical stuff. They're addressing like worries, anxieties even.
Interesting.
What's the strategy there?
Well, I think it's actually pretty smart
Okay.
because they are tapping into that emotional side of decision making. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're acknowledging
Yeah.
that businesses face these anxieties when it comes to digital, It's like,
Yeah.
we get you.
We understand.
We understand your fears and we're here to take them away.
Yeah, it creates that sense of relief.
Right, like a weight off your shoulders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've hooked us with the tagline.
Okay.
They're offering like a comprehensive solution.
Uh-huh.
And they've addressed like our deepest digital fears.
Right.
Now it's time to see if they can actually deliver.
Exactly.
And what better way to figure that out?
Yeah. Than to go to those juicy client testimonials.
Right. Testimonials are so powerful.
Yes.
For building trust and credibility.
Yeah.
Social proof,
Right.
Seeing other people vouch for the company
Yeah.
can be really persuasive.
Absolutely.
But, we have to be discerning detectives here.
Yeah, of course we do.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to look for patterns,
Uh-huh.
inconsistencies,
Okay.
anything that reveals a deeper story.
Oh, I love where this is going.
Right.
Time to put on our detective hats.
Yeah.
And delve into these client stories.
Let's do
Are
it.
you ready to see what these happy customers have to say?
Absolutely. Let's see if these testimonials hold up under our magnifying glass.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, so let's dig into these testimonials.
Anyway.
First impression, lots of 5-star reviews.
Yeah, it looks like they're consistently hitting the mark.
But, are we seeing any recurring themes here?
Definitely. One thing that jumps out at me is the emphasis on speed and efficiency.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these clients are praising interNetDean for delivering projects quickly.
Right.
Without, compromising on quality.
Makes sense.
And that's important,
In the fast-paced digital world, time is money.
Exactly. Time waits for no website.
That's a good one.
Right.
But it's not just about speed, right?
No, not at all.
A lot of these testimonials talk about their communication skills.
Yeah.
Like they can explain this complicated technical stuff in a way that's easy to understand.
Makes it accessible.
Yeah, which seems super crucial, especially if you're a client who's not like, super tech savvy.
Yeah, I mean, building a website or even launching a digital marketing campaign can be really daunting for a lot of business owners.
For sure.
So having a team that can walk you through it,
Right.
answer your questions patiently, make you feel comfortable,
Absolutely.
that can make a huge difference.
Totally. So we've got speed, we've got clarity,
Okay.
and now I'm seeing a lot of personalization too.
Uh-huh.
These clients are saying that interNetDean goes above and beyond
Yeah.
to understand their specific needs
Right.
and tailor like solutions accordingly.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
Not at all.
It sounds like they're really taking the time to get to know each client,
Right.
understand their goals, their target audience,
Right.
their brand identity.
So it's like they're crafting a custom-made suit
Exactly.
instead of just like selling something off the rack.
That's a great analogy.
But a custom suit can be expensive, you know.
That's true. Are we seeing any clues about pricing in
Yes.
these testimonials?
Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, quite a few of them mention affordability,
Interesting.
which, I mean, obviously that's subjective,
Sure.
but it does suggest that interNetDean is like, you know, positioning themselves as a value-driven option,
Okay.
maybe targeting smaller businesses or startups that are budget conscious.
Makes sense.
So, okay, we've got this picture of a company that's fast, communicative,
Yeah.
personalized, and affordable.
Right.
But remember, we're only getting one side of the story here.
Right.
Like, are there any red flags
Good point.
or inconsistencies that we should be looking out for?
Well, one thing to remember is that these testimonials are probably curated, you know.
Oh, for sure.
They're going to showcase their
A
best.
highlight reel.
Exactly.
So how do we dig a little deeper? How do
Yeah.
we find out what's maybe lurking beneath the surface?
Well, that's where our next clue comes in.
Okay.
Remember how we noticed that only 3 people were named in these materials?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should take a look at that team structure.
Okay, so we're shifting from client perspectives now
Right.
to the inner workings of interNetDean.
Yeah.
This is where your expertise comes in handy.
All right.
Help us decode what this lean team setup could mean for potential clients.
Let's explore that.
Okay, so we're talking lean teams,
Mm-hmm.
small but mighty, right? What are like the advantages of this kind of structure?
Well, think of it this way, like a speedboat compared to a giant cruise ship.
Okay.
That speedboat can like zip around, change direction, quickly navigate those tight channels.
Right.
A lean team has that agility. They can adapt faster, make decisions quickly, be more responsive.
So it's all about flexibility and that personalized touch we saw in those testimonials.
Exactly. With a smaller team, you probably have direct access to the key players
Yeah.
working on your project.
Makes sense.
Clearer communication, faster feedback, and a stronger sense of collaboration.
Right, like a dedicated team just for you.
Exactly.
But here's where I put on my skeptical hat.
Okay.
Doesn't a small team also mean limited capacity?
Good point.
What if they get swamped with projects? Or a project needs some super specific expertise they just don't have?
Yeah, that's the trade-off. You hit it right on the head.
Okay.
A lean team might struggle to scale up quickly
Right.
if demand suddenly explodes.
And if they need certain skills and they don't have them in-house?
Right. Then they either have to outsource, which gets pricey
Yeah.
and can complicate things, or turn down the project.
So for our listener out there thinking about hiring these guys,
Yeah.
what questions should they be asking to figure out if this structure is a good fit?
I think it comes down to the experience you're looking for, you know?
Okay.
Do you want that highly personalized approach working directly with a small team?
Right.
Or do you need a bigger agency with more specialists, even if it means less direct interaction?
And of course, budget always comes into play.
Oh, for sure. A smaller team usually means lower overhead costs,
Right.
which can mean more competitive pricing.
But if your project needs those special skills, they have to outsource.
Yeah, those costs can add up.
It's a balancing act for sure.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Their tagline, the services,
Uh-huh.
those glowing testimonials, even their team structure.
Right.
What's the big takeaway? What do you want our listener to walk away with today?
You can learn so much about a company just from their marketing materials.
Right.
If you know how to look closely.
Read between the lines.
Exactly. Analyze those taglines, service descriptions, those testimonials. You can get a real sense of their strategy, who they're targeting, their strengths, and even their weaknesses.
We've been digital detectives gathering clues
We
to
have.
understand what makes this company tick.
And these skills are so important these days.
Especially in the digital world.
We're constantly bombarded with marketing.
Right.
So it's about being informed, making smart choices.
Absolutely. So here's a final thought for our listener.
Okay.
Let's say you're seriously thinking about hiring interNetDean.
Uh-huh.
What else would you want to know before taking that leap?
I would definitely check out their portfolio, see examples of their work and the results they got.
Good idea.
And don't just rely on testimonials. Maybe try to connect with past clients directly.
Yeah, through reviews or professional networks.
Exactly. Get a broader perspective.
Great advice. And as always, we encourage you to keep digging, keep questioning, keep exploring.
Yes.
Don't just take our word for it.
Yeah.
Do your research. Make informed choices. Until next time, happy diving.